and welcome to another episode of Apex to Oval. Um, I'm Alex. That's Jack, and yeah, I mean we're gonna be going over some F1, some NASCAR, and some WAC, which we all know is the 24 Hours Le Mans that happened this past weekend. Um, let's get into F1, but before we start with F1, this is not sponsored. I repeat, not sponsored. Okay, now that
that's been said.
made,
I've
now that
got some
that's been said.
Dr. Thunder.
No. We have some Almave. This is like the newest flavor of Almave that they have. I got the blue one and this one. I will be doing an official taste test of all three, even though I'm going to be tried two of them already. But I'm going to do an official taste test and review for my channel. But for today, we have some Almave. We're going to go with half a glass because I don't feel like doing more than that. But I also want
In
to
celebration of Sir Lewis Hamilton.
I just want to point out, though, non-alcoholic. So we are not drinking on the pod.
Speak for yourself. I'm drinking Dr. Thunder.
Yeah. No. That's a no. Anyway, first sip. Oh, I like that a lot more than the... Oh, I actually really like that. Okay. Anyway.
Fitting.
More
You drink the
later.
better one for the better result.
Yeah, dude, this was actually damn good. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty good. This was pretty...
Lewis somehow ends up behind the Aston Martin, and then the third bottle just sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, well, the third bottle will be for P3, the orange will be for P2, and this one will be for P1. Anyway, let's talk about some news. We have one piece of news, but Gasly's podium got reinstated last week after a couple of days of finagling by Alpine and the FIA. Allgaier gets demoted to P4, and so on and so forth. But it's interesting. I mean, I made a video on this on my personal socials, but Mercedes fumbled the bag. But I'll give that in a bit. But Jack, what do you think of this reinstatement?
I think that it's strange in the sense that it's really rare for the FIA, for F1 to mess up so royally in a way that affects so many people's races. Unfortunately, this kind of just seems like the right way to handle it, because there's a lot of things at play, right? You have, once a penalty has been served on track, there's been precedent after precedent after precedent that they can't do anything about it, right? Which is why, partially why, Abu Dhabi 21 happened as it happened with, like, okay, this is what happened on track, basically no matter what, nothing can be done, which is why there have been a lot of penalties in recent years and in history where once something plays out on track, there's nothing that can be done. But there's also the rule that if you are given a penalty and you do not serve it, you are penalized further. For instance, George Russell. Right.
Well, so let me comment on the George Russell thing before I let you move on to your next point. So George got a 5-second penalty, just like Gasly, Lewis, Oscar, so on and so forth, for speeding in the pit lane. It wasn't actually speeding, but it was called speeding at the time. And when he went into the pit lane during the safety car, because everyone had to go through the pit lane, and Lewis and Oscar pit and served their penalty, but George pit and didn't serve the penalty. He got a drive-through penalty for it. Now, when he was entering the pit lane, his engineer was telling him, do not pit, go right through. And he disobeyed and pit. Granted, Mercedes was prepared to give him tires if he pit, but they didn't want him to pit because they were a little discombobulated on the tire changer side. And that, again, gave George a drive-through penalty, and George had to serve the drive-through penalty and couldn't go through it. If he didn't serve it, he probably could have overturned everything, but he served the drive-through penalty, causing him to fall down to, P14, and he's fully out of the points of that race. If George didn't pit and just went right through the pit lane like his engineer told them to, they could have appealed it after the race, and he would have actually been in P3 instead of Pierre, because he was ahead of Pierre, before the drive-through penalty was served and would have kept P3 till the end of the race because there was only a couple of laps left. So George Russell and Mercedes botched a P3.
Emphasis on George Russell. I mean, they told him not to pit. And I think that
Yes.
that has gotten, even though that's gotten some attention, that has not gotten nearly enough with all of this going on, is that
Yes.
they, were trying to set themselves up, and instead he pitted. Now, of the other teams, even if George didn't pit, obviously Mercedes is a litigious bunch. I think they've even actually already tried to drop a right to review well after the fact in the wake of the Gasly result, which that's not really going to get them anywhere. But no other team, even though other teams were affected by this and there were other teams that got post-race penalties, no other team submitted a petition for review, a right of review in the allotted time after the race. Alpine was the only team that did. The reason that this was successful was not just that Alpine went out and made their own measurements after the race, wasn't just that they argued pretty conclusively. It was that F1, it was that the FIA itself went back, reevaluated their own timing data, and came to a different conclusion, right? It was that F1 basically came back and said, hey, yeah, we actually did mess up. And it wasn't just the teams providing data to that end. So you combine those two with the fact that there was no penalty served on track, and this was solely time added at the end of the race, which means that they could actually do something about it. And that's how you get this combination. And even still, it's kind of a weird combination that I would argue that we only got this decision now because they'd set a very firm precedent back in 2023 with Fernando Alonso, who got a 5-second penalty, served the 5-second penalty, but was ruled to have served it incorrectly. So was given a 10-second penalty. And with that 10-second penalty, which was added after the race, dropped him out of the podium. After the race, they reevaluated. They dropped the 10-second penalty after a right of review. Podium restored for Alonso. Different penalty scenario, but basically the exact same outcome. And because they had set that precedent, they kind of had to do this here, given the other details lined up as they did, with submitting in time, with F1 admitting their own mistake, like reevaluating the data on their side instead of just the teams trying to make an argument. And, obviously not having served that time in the race.
Yeah. But good on Ferrari. Good on Pierre. P3 for him at Monaco. Sad for Isaac. I think that, it's sad that Isaac didn't get the podium, but also fair enough to Alpine and Pierre for reviewing it in the allotted time and getting it overturned.
And to speak on Isaac too, he, if anything, he came out of this looking great, right? Because at some point you cross the line in fourth, you get promoted after the fact, sure. He did not take the opportunity to be upset about it, to speak out about it necessarily. He was basically quoted as saying, okay, yeah, sure. I'm sad about the points, I guess, but it is what it is. Move on. Which, especially in this era of F1, it feels like a lot of drivers would not approach it that way. Yeah. And I don't know. I feel like Isaac comes out of this looking great, even though, he certainly has every right to be frustrated about race results changing days after the fact.
Yeah. Good on Isaac. Good on Alpine. Now let's talk about the race that just happened. It was the Spanish Grand Prix at the Barcelona-Catalunya circuit. Now, I wrote something.
Something very confusing.
So here's why I wrote this. I wrote in the doc, so how about that Mercedes engine on a track that isn't Monaco? And I wrote this because it was a general consensus in the paddock after the race that Lewis would have won on pure pace alone. It didn't matter about the strategy, didn't matter about the virtual safety car. Great that it happened, but they were saying that on pure pace alone, Ferrari would have still won with Lewis.
Interesting. I mean, I know that George was very slow on that last stint. Supposedly because he begged for an adjustment, they over-adjusted, and then he was slow because of it. But before that last stint, it really felt like it would be coming down to a very close ending, where obviously you have Lewis on one more pit stop, and so he was gaining for that reason, but would obviously have to make up that time again in a way. versus the Mercedes, really led by George, despite Kimi having more pace all day. Being right there, and then obviously the safety car comes out at the exact right time, so we never get to see that battle actually play out. But
Yeah,
such is life.
I will also say that tire deg did make a big difference in this race, and because the Mercedes pit decently early. I mean early as in like they pit at the right time, but Lewis still would have had a lot fresher tires, which definitely would have played a part in Lewis winning the race, which is why they thought this. It wasn't just because Ferrari was ultimately the best car.
He,
It was mostly because the tire deg was just a
to
lot during the
to
course.
be clear, he would have had fresher tires because he would be having to make up the time for an extra pit stop. I was
Yes,
saying
but
that because it was 3 stop versus 2 stop. Like that was
yes,
included
yeah,
in
yeah,
what I was
yeah,
saying.
yeah. But the tire deg, the reason why Lewis went for a 3 stop was because of tire deg. It wasn't like it was already planned, but because they found out, hey, tire deg's going to be a lot, they decided on a 3 stop, and it most likely would have worked out for Lewis in the end. But
That was
got the
known going into
VSC.
the weekend, and it was
Yeah,
also predicted that a 2 stop would still technically be the fastest. And I
yeah,
think that if you're Mercedes, I think that it's still a sound decision that they made because all year they have been better than the competition in that car's ability to take care of its tires versus the Ferrari has really eaten up tires at basically every track on the calendar. So I think it makes sense that you see Ferrari go for an extra stop, an extra set of tires. It makes sense that you see Mercedes go for what should theoretically be the fastest in, Pirelli's ideal conditions and not a Ferrari that has really chewed up tires. And it was set up for what was going to be a very, very close result
yes.
until obviously safety car removed all doubt. And Lewis got a well-earned first victory for Ferrari.
Mind you, 20-second gap to Russell. 20 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
it
a
was closer
lot.
than that.
It's
And then George obviously had whatever issue he had on that last
oh yeah,
stint.
yeah, yeah. No,
Kimi
I
was
get that.
all over the back of him, and
And
I
then
don't
passed him,
understand. Yeah,
and then a
well,
lap later DNF'd. So,
engine
oh
reliability, not crash.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yes, yeah,
um, but yeah, it was, and yes, I am more a fan of Kimi's than I am of George, and yes, I know that it's too early in the season for this sort of thing, but it was blatantly clear, basically from the jump, that Kimi had more race pace than George, and it blew my mind all day that they didn't ever let Kimi try to use that. It felt like they left many seconds over the course of the race on the table by keeping George in front and suggesting Kimi not just not fight him, but back off entirely, like
Well,
from fighting
also
George.
at the beginning of the race, Kimi couldn't even pass Lewis. I get in the medium stint, Kimi was really good, and in the final stint before he DNF'd, he was really good. But that first stint, George was faster because Kimi wasn't really gaining on Lewis until his tires were pretty much gone.
I think that we've seen on a lot of tracks that some of that has to do with these regs. They are more able to fight, but you are still, benefiting from being in clean air in a way, right? You're not, especially on a track where tire deg is that high as it was this weekend. There's only so much you can do in an open wheel car like that to be able to fight, right? And I think that was hurting Kimi on that first stint because I think if you left him in open air, like he was still showing that he had pace. It's just you go into a race knowing that you've got to take care of the tires. You're not trying to sit right behind another car in dirty air all day.
Yeah.
But
Also on the Grand Prix, Kimi DNF'd. As we said before, so Lewis is now 49 points behind him, 41 points behind him, and George is now 50 points behind him in the championship standings. And obviously, not with hearing that, Lewis has a 9-point gap on George Russell. 9-point gap? No.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
it was 2, and
25,
then yeah,
25, 18, that's 7. Yeah, so it's a 9-point gap. Yeah. Um, Fun fact for everyone: Nico Hulkenberg DNF'd at P10, and why did he DNF? Well, he got his electrics in his car ruined by Liam Lawson when his car kicked up some gravel and it hit Hulkenberg's, and then his car broke. Yeah, that's rough.
Loss in clutch, loss in RB points.
God damn.
I mean, think about it. If it wasn't for that, would we have gotten... I guess we kind of would have at the end of the day, but we wouldn't have necessarily gotten double RB points, right?
No, it was Franco in P10. Oh, wait. Well...
Franco had a penalty that brought him from P8 to P10 after the race.
Yeah, but...
And Nico was running in P10 when this happened, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think now. I feel like... Because... Yeah. Because Lawson got P7, the Alpines got P8 and P9, and then... Or, sorry, no.
RB finished 8 and 9
Wait.
after the penalty.
Yeah. Wait. Hold up. Let me, please. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure Lawson... Alright, Gasly P7, Lawson, Lindblad P8 and P9, Franco P10. So, we still would have gotten double RB points. We might not have gotten double Alpine points.
Well, I think it depends how the timing would end up working out between them. Because Colapinto was, what, a 10-second penalty? That brought him from 8 down to 10?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, with a different car in between, however else... Like, we'll never know how it actually would have worked out at the end of the day. But
True.
There's always the chance that he was just being clutch for Arvid, you know?
Yep. This is true. Also, double Alpine points, as you just mentioned, P7 and P10, and then let's talk about the Aston Martin. That car looks horrific. P21, P22 in qualifying looked garbage in the race, and both DNF.
Yippee!
They have 8 DNFs in 7 races. Aston Martin. That car's horrendous. Oh my god, that car's horrendous. It's bad. It's real bad. And then Charles, back-to-back DNFs. Obviously, you know, he shunted in Monaco because of the brakes, the Brembo brakes, and he lost his power steering with 2.5 laps to go, and DNF'd. Someone needs to hire an Etsy witch.
Well, I think Charles also brought some misfortune on himself this weekend, to put it one way.
That is true. He did crash in quali.
Again.
This is true. This is true. He did crash in quali. That might have been it.
But yeah, it's although I will say with the Ferraris, I mean, obviously Charles crashing in qualifying is not a great way to show it, but this was yet another example, despite being a track with those medium to high speed corners that the McLaren is supposed to be best at, another track where Ferrari really showed that it has, at worst, the second fastest car. Well, it really has the second fastest car, no matter what you were trying to argue last week.
Listen. I can't deny it now because Lewis won, but he best believe I will next race. But I mean, genuinely, I think if Ferrari can get some decent upgrades, I mean, I think they did.
Well, they've got decent upgrades. I mean, they've upgraded a lot on that car, and they've made significant inroads towards catching Mercedes.
Yes. But I mean, like, if
we
they
saw
can
this week and being truly competitive pace-wise.
Yeah, if they can continue that and then upgrade the engine positively, let's be honest, I think we got a championship fight on our hands. I'm gonna.
ADUO is still pending because Red Bull's fighting it, but
yeah,
the only challenge with that is yes, and Mercedes also has opportunity to upgrade their engine.
But if Red Bull fight it correctly and they change it to where
fight it correctly
matters,
is interesting.
If they fight it correctly and make the electrical matter, Mercedes will have the best, and then they will. And then Red Bull
what do you mean fight it correctly? What I don't understand is why
bribe the FIA.
There we go. Because I was going to say, I don't know why anyone would think that it would make sense to change that mid-season in any way other than just freezing it until like the off-season or something. Like why it would be like, oh yeah, we set out these rules, we set out this specific way. Okay, mid-season, let's just change the rules completely.
Because it's a shitty way of measuring how fast an engine is.
Yeah, and yet when that was outlined earlier in the year, people were just yelling at the people calling it out. And now that it's too late to do anything about it...
All I'm saying is, the other non-McLaren engine teams need to get together.
Non-McLaren engine. What's Zach Brown doing building an engine?
Exactly. But they need to get together and they need to bring a pot and bribe the FIA to change it. I feel like if enough teams change, like I feel like there should be a voting system where, like, if you want a mid-season change, all the a certain amount of teams need to say yes.
I hope you
And
realize
the FIA gets approval.
that if something like that existed, it would just be like, okay, you get 2023 Max Verstappen for a month, and then every other team is like, oh no, make that car illegal because one team is just leading the way. You get last year's McLaren for a month, and every other team is just, no, make it illegal, and then it rotates.
I mean, like, for FIA, like, not like design changes, but like the ADOO where, like, it's clearly flawed. Like, if something's clearly flawed in the rule book, the people, enough votes, change.
I'm not gonna agree on that one, Chief.
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know. And then yeah, that's about it with the Spanish Grand Prix. I had Kimi. Kimi didn't win. Kimi DNF'd. I'm gonna keep picking Kimi because if I pick Kimi enough, he's gonna keep DNFing or at least not finishing that well, and that's the curse of myself.
I picked Max. He ended up qualifying 5th. Mildly disappointing, but that's life. Ended up finishing 4th with a little bit of help. But you know what? I picked them because I knew that they were making some big upgrades and finally getting the car close to weight. Rumor has it that in a couple weeks' time at Austria, they will finally be hitting minimum weight. And are supposed to bring a bevy of upgrades that are supposed to make them a lot more competitive at their home track. So, buckle up.
Hell yeah. Now on to NASCAR. Josh Berry is gone. He's just gone. He's no longer signed with Wood Brothers next year.
Josh Berry gone.
He's leaving. He's done. He's not. Yeah.
It's a shame. He's Dale Jr. He was Dale Jr.'s guy. He got a seat. He had some impressive runs. Won, right? And here we are. Results haven't been there, and they're moving on.
Yeah, he has been bad this season, though.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Results definitely haven't been there, but it's shocking how quickly it went from, hey, wow, this guy, like, winning in a Wood Brothers car, that's crazy, to, hey, this guy's gone, and, like, yeah, it's kind of makes sense.
Jesse Love, anyone? Jesse Love? Does anybody?
I don't know.
Anybody like a Jesse Love?
I want a Jesse hate.
Alrighty then. And the in-season. Well, I don't. Is the in-season bracket challenge set? Because I know Pocono tweeted out yesterday that was his, but I don't know if it is.
No, Yeah. What do you mean? Is it? Yes, it is.
Okay.
The Pocono race solidified the seedings for it, and then the actual tournament starts in Sonoma. It's skipping the San Diego race entirely because they didn't want those storylines to interfere with the race, or so. I don't know. It's stupid. But
now, do we want to say who's facing Denny Hamlin again?
Yes, it's someone named Ty at a road course.
And it's not Gibbs.
Nope. It's 31 seed Ty Dillon.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Although, you know who's about to get vaporized? Because the first race is going to be Sonoma, a road course.
Tyler Reddick. Oh, no, Alex Bowman's going to get vaporized. Oh,
no, I was going to talk about Ryan Preece is up against SVG in the first round. I think Ryan Preece, the minute that the seedings were put out, just posted something along the lines of, like, all right, it's over.
Ryan.
It is so over. Bubba, fortunately, has been improving on road courses, but he is paired with McDowell, which is a really tough draw.
He did post something that's hilarious.
Although, unfortunately, because it's only the top 32 drivers, you want to know what road course aficionado doesn't make it?
Zilich. Yeah. Yeah. He's been real bad this year. He's just a rookie though. So. You know what they should have done?
What?
It's like in the lead up races, the bottom like what 30, I think from 32 to 36, they should place like. You know how like the play in works in the NBA, where like two seeds will play, and then the winner of one of the seeds, and then the loser of the higher seeds like play each other, then that winner gets in. They should do like 32 and 33 get a bye, 34 and 35 play, or 34 and 36 play each other. No, wait, 33 and 36 play each other, 34, 35 play each other, and then the winners of those will play 33 and 32, and then the winner of that will get into the
When are they going to do that, though?
the previous two races. So Pocono and whatever Michigan. Whatever the two races are before
But then,
they make the thing set, those drivers will face off in those.
but then, are you locking in the seedings a few weeks even earlier?
No, because I feel like you can just say whoever's 32 and that's actually true. Shit. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Lock the seats in earlier. Lock them
Okay,
in earlier. Lock
all
them in
right,
earlier and do that.
fair
That
enough.
way, all the drivers get a chance at making it, because that's rough for the bottom four. For the Cup race, they raced at Pocono. This is Denny MF Hamlin's year. James Dennis Allen Hamlin. This is his year. Last
May
year, I said it.
may I add,
Yeah,
in the Minions car.
in the Minions car, in the Minions tracksuit. His crew members also had Minion fire suits. It was beautiful. NASCAR posted like he's gonna steal the moon, whatever that is, and whatever the audio is, and was like showing Denny Hamlin win. And it was really good. Reddick B2, pretty cool. Nemchek, fast as fuck.
Nemechek and his teammate Eric Jones.
Yep.
Legacy was just on one.
Legacy's been on one. Like I feel like last week they did damn well too. At least, oh no, never mind. I lied. No, because Jones is not. Wait, Jones is not Legacy. No,
Yeah, it's Nemechek and Jones, the 42 and 43.
Yeah, so then they've been on smoke because Jones got P2 last week, and now
Yeah, and now
Nemchek
4 and
is
6 at Pocono.
4 and 6. Yeah, they're on one. Yo,
And
Jack, remember when you were trash talking Legacy the other day because they were the weakling of the Toyotas?
I don't know
let
about
them
trashing. I don't know about
I
trashing.
believe you did have some choice words for the Legacy Motorsports, but it's okay.
I think that Riley Herbst belongs there more than he belongs at 2311. But also
100%. But also,
goddamn. And these aren't
maybe
gimme
not.
tracks either. This is Michigan and Pocono. Like these are
Yeah.
real NASCAR tracks.
Yeah,
These ain't no
NASCAR.
super speedways, you know?
Yeah. Jesus Christ. I'm never
All
going to the
right.
South after that one. All right.
Yeah, it's over.
Jack, what the hell? One-armed belly boy nearly done it.
Oh.
Ran out of gas.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Bell.
Yeah, Christopher
Christopher
Bell on one
Bell,
arm. He nearly done did it. He nearly won the race. He was fuel saving. He was
never
on a
gonna
different
do it.
strategy.
Let's be honest. That was Denny Hamlin's win. That was Denny Hamlin's win to take. I'm sorry. But
I mean, Hamlin was running him down too fast, but it still was a
Yeah.
very impressive day for Christopher Bell. He had
it was.
really competitive car. He was driving on one arm, right? Broken wrist.
Yep.
Had a 63G crash that we talked about him making it out of. Impressive for safety, but also, holy moly, that's a really hard crash. Impressive that he's racing, even if only on one arm. And holy moly, impressive that on one arm he is, in his own way, competing for a win. Obviously, by the last 10 or so laps, it became really clear that he was really competing to stay in the top 10, if anything, and then he ran out of gas anyway. So that's life, but can't all be Briscoe last year, whatever insane fuel saving he did. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So,
Can we all give a round of applause to Denny Hamlin, who's officially the all-time winningest driver in the 2020s? 27 total wins. He's officially beaten out Kyle Larson. Congratulations, Denny Hamlin.
good job. Good job, Denny.
And he's 19 points away from Reddick in the standings. It's close. It's close.
He also, I believe, tied Ryan Newman for 9th most poles all time in the Cup Series.
Oh. Dang. And he passed
pole this
Kyle
week.
Busch for 9th all time in wins.
Yeah, well, that was bound to happen at some point. Even when Kyle was still here, he knew that it was coming. There are quotes on that.
Yeah.
But
64 wins.
As a former teammate, as someone who has paid tribute in appropriate ways as Denny, I think that there are few guys better suited to be hitting a milestone like that at a time like this.
Mm-hmm. He also made the 50-50, not this week, but last week in Michigan, he made the 50-50 club. 50 wins, 50 poles. But he has 64 wins, but he reached 50 poles last week.
Yeah.
Denny Hamlin's still good, man. Still really good.
Perhaps better than ever. I mean, last year and this year are some of his, some of his best years.
Dude, he is too damn good. I think I'm just going to say it. I would hate to see him retire next year. If he continues his form
you and Heather Gibbs both. Heather Gibbs had a quote this week of we're trying to do everything we can to keep him around. But Denny's been pretty steadfast where he's like, I want to go out on top. I don't want to see myself start to deteriorate. I want to be done when I'm feeling like this instead of, see it slip away.
It's just dude, he's getting better every year. The older he gets, the better he drives. It's oh my God.
James Dennis Allen Hamlin, like a fine wine.
Jeez, I just genuinely can't, please, Denny, please, don't race until the wheels fall off, but, maybe not next year, maybe, the year after,
but give us a little more, treat us to a little more, come on.
Whenever you win just one win in a season, then you can retire that next year, but as long as you have multiple wins in a season and can fight for the title, please don't retire.
Denny, you ain't going nowhere without a championship. Come back. Get back here.
He has to get one this year, next year. I swear to God. We can't be having this. And then Allgaier won at Pocono in the O'Reilly Series. What a shock.
Everyone is shocked. Although, Cruz was competing. Cruz was having a really good run. Allgaier passed for the lead in the eventual win, and everyone was shocked and in awe and had never seen such a thing before. But a great day for Brent Cruz.
It's gonna come at some point.
It's
gonna
coming.
Be soon. It's gonna be soon. He's damn good.
Actually, you know what? I'm changing my pick.
Ooh. Okay. Also, Alfredo Masterclass P6 in not that good of a car.
Is GOAT more likely than you think?
Should he get the number 48 Hendricks ride? Yes.
Yes. I don't know about that, but all I'm saying, all I'm saying is that he is the best driver anyone's ever seen. Outran Connor Zilic in the O'Reilly Series. All I'm saying.
Cracked together with sauce on Dane Alfredo. And there are 11 DNFs, dude. Oh my God, that's nuts. 11 DNFs. Also, Corey Day and Jesse Love wrecked on the first lap. So that's crazy.
Oopsies.
Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie. I had Hamlin and Zilic. Hamlin won. Zilic didn't, so I get a point. I'm now 6-11 in the Cup.
I had Reddick and Cruz. Reddick had a good run, but no one was fighting Denny. No one. Nope. And Cruz had a good run, but Justin Allgaier exists. So I'll take close, I guess.
I will say for Reddick on that track, he was still really good, and he was kind of hunting Denny down for a little bit.
Yeah, if the race was especially 20 laps longer, he could have had a shot at fighting for it, but then that's still, you got to get past Denny Hamlin. And that's not easy.
That's not a small feat at Pocono, dude. Yeah. 8 wins, 9 if you include the one that it was DSQ'd at.
Because as is always true with NASCAR, you could chase someone down, but passing them, that's a whole different story. That could take as long as cutting the gap in the first place. when especially when the driver in front is a good defender. Like it's
Yeah. It's
um
yeah.
but yeah, Toyota's, I mean, all three Toyota teams bad fast.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, I saw a tweet and it was just nuts. I forget where the tweet was. But like I need to figure out where this tweet was because it was like I don't know where the hell I saw it. It was laying out like the points per like driver, the top 9 drivers of each like manufacturer, and like Toyota's wiping the floor with everyone. Like
yeah.
it's fun to watch though.
I mean, Toyota's got 10 wins on the season. They're leading the manufacturer standings, right? Like it helps too that Ford's kind of in the bin.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're in a world where Eric Jones, after this race, entered the chase like bracket. Like he's now 15th in points. Bubba's still in the points. Briscoe, Bell, Gibbs, Hamlin, and Reddick all in the chase as it stands.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as it stands, only 3 Fords are in, and that's Blaney, Busher, and Cindric. Not Brad, not Logano, not Preece.
It's looking rough for him, I'm not gonna lie. Cause like that's just not that's rough. Cause like even like Bubba's now in 13th after some rough weeks.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Bubba. He'll look great for a stretch, and then he'll get really cold, and you get so excited on the hot streaks, and then the cold streaks happen, and you're like, oh man, here we are again.
Yeah. But like I mean Toyota is like 3 of the top 5.
Yeah.
Like Gibbs is 5th, Denny's 2nd, Reddick's 1st. And like Reddick and Denny are far and away so much better than everyone else. Like Blaney's 165 points off Reddick, while Denny's just 19. Like,
Yeah.
and then if you go to Elliott in 4th, he's 195 off of Reddick. Well, Denny
Yeah.
is off of 19.
Toyota has the most representation in the chase field as it stands. Toyota has the top 2 drivers by a country mile in both points and wins. Like, crazy year. It's that. It's them cheating Yoders and that lawsuit money. I'm telling you.
Though Chevy has so many teams. Like that's
Yeah. That's kind of always been how they are, though.
Damn, dude.
As I understand it, like Chevy becomes kind of the default team where Ford concentrates their support a little more, and Toyota really concentrates their support, but in a way where they do more as a manufacturer. Like they give more data, they have more data sharing, anything like that, where like maybe more so than Chevy, although obviously Hendrick, right? Rick Hendrick is a very powerful force in NASCAR, operates a very strong race team. At some point, when you have the might of Toyota helping out a very strong race organization, it's not necessarily surprising that you get the 7-car mega team of JGR/2311 performing the way it has this year. And even Legacy getting in on the action.
So, Toyota has 9 drivers in the 38 that have driven, or 38 that have points in the Cup. Ford has 10, and Chevy has the remaining, 19. Which, they have 9 more teams than Ford and 10 more teams than Toyota.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Now imagine, you go to the O'Reilly series then, and imagine what that looks like. Obviously, the O'Reilly series, you can't just use the driver standing going through it because you've got so many part-time drivers. But it's still
What, dude? There's no goddamn. It's all Chevy.
Oops, all Chevy.
It's all Chevy, dude. Oh my god. And I know the trucks is going to be just as bad.
Well, no, trucks is really varied, especially with Colleague in Ram and Colleague being a big team.
Right. Colleague and Ram, you're right.
But there's a lot more Ford presence in trucks between Thor Sport and Front Row. Toyota's really strong in trucks with the Tricon guys. And, Halmar Friesen, give Stuart Friesen his flowers. But yeah, it's a little more varied there.
Yeah. Predictions for Pocono. It is San Diego this week,
Yes, sir.
and I have SVG in the Cup, but I also have Logano and Priest, and you'll see why. I have Allgaier in the O'Reilly series, but I also have Alfredo, and I have Jimmy Johnson in the trucks, and I also have Parker Kligerman.
Yeah, I mean, those are all great picks. Obviously, SVG is really the greatest of great picks. I feel like if there's ever a week where I am expecting SVG to really flex his muscles, it would be this week. A new track to everyone. It's basically the same scenario where he came in and dominated Chicago out of nowhere. A street course that's new to everyone is just bread and butter.
I will say, I like your pick, which you'll get into, but I'm also thinking that Reddick might be good.
Well, Reddick's going to be good everywhere. I decided I was going to throw a bit of a curveball here, and I went with Ty Gibb. 1B, no S, just Gibb.
Ty Gibb.
Ty Gibb.
Ty Gibb.
Ty Gibb.
Gibby!
Ty Gibb is he's good on road courses. He has been all the time. I mean, I remember him dominating in the Xfinity series at the time. Mm-hmm. He's really strong there. He's one of the guys that's been able to go toe to toe with SVG at times, and I don't know. Figured I'd throw him a bone this week. Okay. And then I got Brent Crew, singular, who I initially was going to pick Sam Mayer here as one of the guys that tends to be pretty good on road courses overall in the series. Obviously, this is a race where no full-time Cup guys are going to be in this race by rule. So then you have to pick one of the full-time O'Reilly guys, and it feels like we haven't got to see them shine on a road course. So it is a hard call to make, but Brent Cruz has just been a wheelman. He's gotten close. I'm just going to keep picking him till it happens, I think. And then in trucks, I have Lane Rigg. Again, 1G, no S, just Rigg. Because he is a wheelman. It's, again, no full-time Cup drivers allowed, and it's a road race, which we really don't get to see much for the trucks. So I'll take Lane Rigg.
Lime Rock.
True.
In like a couple weeks, I'll be going. Maybe I probably will be going. I'm not gonna lie. I will go no matter what. I have to save the money to get the tickets.
Actually, wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute. Oh no, that's right. Jimmy Johnson's in the one. You picked Jimmy Johnson, but I was like, wait a minute. Is Corey Heim racing anything?
No.
Cup.
He's racing Cup.
That's right. Right. He's in the 6-7.
Nope, not doing it. I'm gonna have restraint.
Because if he was in a truck, I would have been like losing my mind of why I wouldn't have picked him.
Oh, don't you worry. I already checked, and I was on the dock before you. He would have already been gone. Like,
I'm sure.
Let me tell you, if he, right as soon as the entry list from podcast came out today, I was doing yard work, and I ran to my computer and typed it in. I was like, I'm not letting Jack get ahead of me on this shit.
I never had a shot.
If Hyde is able to be picked, I'm not letting him be picked over me again. But anyway, yeah. Let's get to the 24 hours of Le Mans recap. I think we have a game. I have a game for Jack. I have a couple of ideas for games over the next couple of weeks, so we will see them. Maybe even possibly, we will film just a whole games video. I don't know, at some point. Where we just do games. I don't know. We'll see.
Ming?
We'll see. Gay Ming. Pride Month? Yes, sir. Anyway, 24 hours Le Mans, 2 Porsche entered and 1 left. That's my note on that one. The number 7 Toyota wins the Hyperclass. That is Kobayashi, DeVries, and Conway. They also won the overall because it's the Hyperclass. The number 20 BMW finished P2, and the number 8 Toyota finished P3 in the Hyperclass. That's Buemi, Hartley, and Hirakawa. Mind you, Kobayashi, DeVries, Hartley, and Buemi are all former F1 drivers.
Nick DeVries is a F2 champion, a FE champion, and a 24 Hours of Le Mans winner.
Yes.
And Kamui Kobayashi is my GOAT.
Genuinely, he might have the best overtake reel on all of social media. Oh, I'm just saying. He might actually like Daniel Ricciardo and him are fighting band for best overtaker.
Low
Low key, I would give it to Kobayashi because Kobayashi was in the much worse cars and still has the highlight reel.
Speaking of worse cars, let's highlight that Genesis finished, which is really impressive for a brand new team. Would love to keep encouraging Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, obviously being the luxury brand. Would love to keep encouraging that auto company on the whole to participate in global motorsport in this way. Really happy to see that work out for them. I believe you did mention that the 78 Lexus finished P2. Its compatriot finished P4 in a very old car from them, and the last year I believe that they'll be running it. Really impressive kind of last hurrah for that car from Lexus. And one of the things with Toyota winning that got highlighted to me, I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea that Bentley won the 24 Hours of Le Mans as often as they did.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yep. Yeah. Bentley's kind of cracked.
Yeah.
Also, I believe Buemi and Hartley are both ex Toro Rosso drivers, and De Vries is an ex AlphaTauri driver. So a lot of RB sister team representation in the podium in the 24
Red Bull Academy is good at everything but creating Red Bull drivers.
No, they genuinely are. Like, you could put a Red Bull Academy driver in any series and they do well. But in Red Bull, they're not good. Except for Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel.
And actually, one more thing about Le Mans, just about winners all time, since I mentioned Bentley. As someone who now drives a Mazda, as someone who's been playing a lot of Forza, I would like to take a moment to shout out way back in the day, the Mazda 787B winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans in a rotary engine.
Was that the rotary? Yes.
That good old Dorito.
Dude.
That's obviously their only win in the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 91. That lovely 4-rotor multi-Dorito weapon.
Didn't it get banned like the year after?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they banned the rotary after that.
It got banned right after. Like,
What?
This car is too good. It has to go. Fuck BOP. The car just has to go.
Yeah. The funny part to me about that car, it has nothing to do with the race at hand, but rotary engines in day-to-day life are kind of notoriously known to be unreliable because they have all these issues. That was why they weren't kind of commercialized in the first place, why Mazda was one of the few people to believe in them, blah, 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 blah. As far as endurance racing goes, they were like the most reliable things ever created. Like, they disassembled the engine in 1991 and it showed like zero wear, because the way that you keep a rotary engine happy is by like running it to the limit.
Yeah.
Which is like it comes out pristine after the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but as a daily driver, they're the worst. It's crazy how that happens. But those things scream, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm dying for it's been too long since the RX-8 for Mazda. I'm dying for another rotary car. It's just emissions are not friendly to a rotary.
No, they are not. Also, the number 33 Corvette won the LMGT3 class, and the number 23 Aston Martin was P3 in that class as well.
Merca for the Corvette. No, but that is great. Good.
Yes.
Good on them.
Yes. And then Areca is just Areca. I'm not going to cover that because there's like nothing telling me who's driving for who unless the entry list, and I don't feel like looking through the entry list. So, yay! The Areca. Now we're on to our game. So, Jack.
Games?
This is games, limited games, but no games.
But no games.
But no games. Now, this game I saw while scrolling through YouTube Shorts. And this game has to do with giving drivers for certain ratings. So I'm going to ask for you to name a driver for a certain rating. 0 out of 10 through 10 out of 10. And you're going to give me a driver that comes to mind for that rating. Okay?
Okay.
Now, the couple that I've seen of this, the people that were doing it were freaking abysmal. And, like, they named Daniel Ricciardo a 3 out of 10 and Ocon a 5 out of 10. Let that sink
I pledge to be worse.
Please don't be worse. Like think with your brain.
Bro said let that sink in.
Anyway, Name a Formula One driver that is a 0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Give me Nikita Mazepin.
Yep, that's the
He's the right answer.
He is the right. There's no one worse. Give me an F1 driver for 1 out of 10.
I'll go Latifi here. Even though I love Latifi, I would love to put him a 10 out of 10 jokingly. I think it's fair.
How dare you put Latifi a 1 out of 10? Give me a 2 out of 10 F1 driver.
This is where it gets weird.
Making you think.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll go. You know what? I'll just go with Lance Stroll. I got to put him in somewhere, even though I think in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that he's better than that. But
yeah, give me a 3 out of 10.
Daniel, no.
Whoa! Do not do what that person did, because that was horrendous.
I'm gonna try to stay pretty modern, so I'm gonna go. Actually, wait. We're at what, 3?
Yep.
Man, I'm wishing I pocketed Stroll and said someone else at this point. But we live, we move.
Of editing.
No.
Oh,
No, we know edit.
This is true. We really
edit too much work.
This is true. This is true. I don't like editing. At least these long episodes.
Oh man. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Italian Jesus.
Ooh, damn. Okay. Give me a 4 out of 10 F1 driver.
Just because I know that we just said editing too much work, but I really want you to play the little song to go with it. I'm gonna say Liam Lawson. You know, they're like, I'm Liam Lawson.
Oh yeah. I'm Liam Lawson, get it out of my way, or something like that. Yeah. Give me a 5 out of 10 F1 driver.
You know, excuse me in advance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm torn between a couple Haas caliber guys. I think I'm going to go with Nico Hülkenberg. He obviously finally got himself a podium, but he just feels like the distillation of mid F1 driver.
Yeah. Was the other one Kevin Magnussen?
Maybe.
Give me a 6 out of 10 F1 driver.
You know what? Give me Esteban.
Okay. Okay.
He's another guy in that kind of mix, but he's had some highs, he's had some tough cars, and he's done some good things.
Give me a 7 out of 10 F1 driver. Now we're getting into the good.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. I don't know. I kind of feel like this is too low for him, but give me like Sergio Perez. You know, a really solid guy, veteran for a long time, had some really high highs, has had some low lows, and generally has had some longevity.
Mm-hmm. Give me an 8 out of 10 F1
driver. I really want to say like George, like someone like that. But
interesting.
Why? Do you think he should be higher?
I don't know. To be honest, I just wouldn't think of him as like an 8 out of 10. I don't know. I think I'd think of him as like a 7 right now. But like
I've been trying to
I think he can get there.
I've been trying to piece together the kind of top caliber here, which is especially when I said like trying to keep it more modern. I mean, it's tough because you've got kind of the same names at the top of the sport for a long time. And obviously it's not like I'm putting Max or Lewis anything but tied for 10 or something like that. Yeah. Realistically, I think these days it's probably Max just gets that 10 out of 10 spot, but we'll get there in a second. Hey, Lewis has been vintage Lewis this year, but let's not lie to ourselves about the ground effect era. Okay.
Yeah, but he's still a 10 out of 10 driver.
Yeah, all time, Lewis is like 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
I just mean like I'm trying to think right now about how I'd put some of them.
Do you want to go George Russell?
Yeah, for 8, I think I'll stick with George.
All right, give me a 9 out of 10 F1 driver.
I'm really tempted to go with one of those like. Actually, you know what? Nico.
Rosberg?
Yeah. Just because
Nico.
I'm gonna put Lewis at 10. They must stand together.
Yeah. My little Nico interviewing Lewis at the podium and trying to interview him at the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever the hell yeah.
They're so cute.
They are so cute. They're so cute. They're so cute together. They're meant to be, man. They're meant to. On my Tomodachi, they are dating. So Tomodachi,
oh my god,
dating. I did make them date.
No way.
And then give me a 10 out of 10 F1 driver.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I have to.
That's a damn good list.
I'm sure it could very well be better, but you know what?
Well,
I'll take it.
I think for being modern, I think it's good. For like, if you were like to include like all time, I think it could be better. But I think because you're mostly focusing on modern drivers, I think it's good.
Nico was kind of a reach back, but that's just because I was looking for like someone who like, you know, was a champion, but not one of these like multi-time, like on a tear type guys. And
Nico's a 9 out of 10. The Monegasque YouTuber that beat Lewis Hamilton in Eagle Machinery.
I'm just saying, he's pretty good at that whole racing thing.
Dude, I remember. Dude, have you seen the video of like him going over the Spanish circuit, like a couple years ago?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're gonna get Jack's.
Am I live reacting to something?
Your live reaction.
Oh boy.
Because you just need
how
to
long
watch
is this?
The first part.
Okay.
It's like 30 seconds. The whole thing is like a couple minutes, but I think it's like 30 seconds to like start out with. I think is where I need you to react to. Dog, mind you, I'm pretty sure Nico Rosberg edited this shit himself. I don't think he paid somebody. As my YouTube is not working. Hold on, let me go. Give me a second. Let me go to my phone. Let me just make sure. Hold up. Nico Rosberg.
While you're looking for it, I don't think that we mentioned it, though we did talk about both races. It was kind of screwed up that F1 not only had a race on Le Mans weekend, but had like qualifying at the start of it and the race at the end of it, of the 24 hours of Le Mans. It was kind of screwed up. Kind of bad by F1. I don't know if you agree.
Sorry, I'm not focused on what you said.
Oh no, I was just saying that it was kind of a bad move by F1 to have like qualifying at the start of Le Mans and the race at the end of Le Mans. Like have those kind of conflicts, like much less just having a race at the same time as Le Mans in the first place, but especially with the way it was specifically timed, just felt bad.
Yeah, I think it was kind of stupid of them. I think it still worked out for them. Like they didn't really. I don't think they dropped viewership that much, but it like. Hold up, where is it? Okay, maybe it's the hot lap. Hold up, I need to find it. All right, no, okay, I'm gonna send it to you. You are going to piss off.
I'm gonna what?
You're gonna react to the first little bit, and then I'm gonna tell you where to go in the after that. Oh wait, no, I found it. Oh no, that's the intro. Okay, I sent it to you. Tell me when you're watching it.
I have it pulled up.
Okay.
What am I watching until?
Watch until like 20 seconds.
Until
like
20? Like until the intro rolls, or
you'll know when. Yes.
Okay. And then where am I skipping to?
I'm finding it now. Hold up.
Based on the YouTube bump, it looks like somewhere around 4 minutes.
Yes.
So let me know where.
Wait, hold on. Then I go to 4 minutes and watch past that.
Go
to
did I still watch the beginning?
No. Go to 4 minutes because it plays the part in the beginning plays again at 4 minutes.
Okay.
Or like shortly after 4 minutes.
So I'm just gonna go to like 3:56.
No, go to 4. Go to 4 because it's like 4:11 is when the thing happens.
Okay, I'm at 4. You ready?
Yep. Go.
Run it out, let the car flow. So then you get back here. Now I'm going to start talking about the wind. This corner, actually, I don't know much about. I'm not very good at this corner. Let's skip this one. Let's go to the next one. Hang on.
Got to it.
War flashback.
I'm like 90% sure he edited this shit himself. He edited himself, I'm pretty sure. How are you gonna edit that yourself? This corner I don't know much about. So let's go to the next corner. What the fuck, Nico? What the fuck?
He really was he really was the freaking the picture of like the soldier that just like looks.
Yes. Dude, that's comedy, dude. That's so good. It's so good. This is not amazing. Anyway, that's all we got. That's a mega. That's gonna be a YouTube short. That's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Do you have any final thoughts?
The New York Knickerbockers won the NBA championship for the first time in 53 years.
My God, why did you say their government name, dude? It's the Knicks.
I said their government name.
Fun fact, I will be going to the parade on Thursday.
Other fun fact, you know your name is Alex Ix, like New York Knicks. Madagascar quote. Sorry.
Yeah, no. Big brain, big brain. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll be back next week. Peace.